Hi, it's Raul again. The seeds have germinated and have been growing in the starter trays. It's now March 2nd, 15 days since planting the seeds. It's now time to move the tomato seedlings to pots. I start by marking my pots with the acronym chosen prior. I use a paint pen for this purpose. I use the acronyms that I determined earlier in the season. I use the same soilless mix that I used when I initially planted the seed. I take care to make sure that the seedlings are marked the same as my pots. I carefully remove the seedlings from the sections. I add a small amount of soilless mix to the bottom of the pot. I carefully separate the seedlings from one another. You'll see that I plant them fairly deep in the pot. I press firmly around the seedling to give it lots of support. Tomatoes have the ability to develop roots along the stem, so I always plant at least 2/3 of the tomato stem under the surface. The pots I'm using are called 1801 inserts and have 18 pots in a tray. There are no nutrients in the soilless mix that I used, so I soak the pots in a root stimulator plant starter solution mixed per label instruction. I soak them for as long as it takes to plant the next tray. We've been experiencing an early spring, so all these plants will stay outdoors unless the temperatures are forecast to be low. It's March 10th, 23 days since planting the seeds. I've kept track of the weather forecast and have made sure to bring in my trays if the temperatures were going to be down into the 30s. It's March 17th, 30 days since planting the seeds. It's now time to move the pepper seedlings into pots. Just as with the tomatoes, I make certain to label the pots and match them with the acronym associated with each pepper type. I carefully separate the seedlings and plant them in the pots. Unlike with tomatoes, I plant the peppers at about the same depth as they were in the sections. I also soak these for a few minutes in the root stimulator plant starter solution, and I mix it per label instruction. Please subscribe to my channel and continue following this year's journey. The subject of my next episode will be preparing the garden.